yo. Hey, yo.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Wow.
Push the dude!
I like to eat.
Wow, this is freakout.
Do not fully understand.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Live from the new kingdom. It's the Our Big Dumb Mouth Podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Rich. It's still real to me, damn it!
Hey, yo. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray. My name's Midnight Mike. It's Wednesday night if you're watching live. I think Joe is over there on screen. Yes, he is.
Go back to work.
Somehow. Somewhere.
I am tired.
And Gretchen is he's with us, too. He's joining us.
I hate this place.
I do hate this
Nothing
place.
works here.
Nothing works here.
Medications
come on, where's
don't
the
work.
rest of it?
Oh, okay.
I hate this place.
Nothing works here. Medications don't work.
I've
Been here for 7 years. I hate...
Nothing
Oh,
works here. I hate this place.
He switched it
Nothing
up.
switches
works
it up.
here. The medications don't work.
yeah, he switches it up.
That would be I'd grab that guy by the collar and say, look, if you're going to be a manic depressive and just kind of repeat stuff over and over in some sort of weird, like, semi-comatose state, at least be accurate.
Yeah, allow everyone else to join in with you. Don't change it up on the fly. It's like bands who change lyrics to songs. You know, like I paid for the concert ticket, and now you're changing the lyrics to the song to fit the political context of the modern day. That's not what I bought a ticket for, Billy Joe.
Billy Joe?
Well,
He lose the L? Can't afford the L anymore.
Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day. You're thinking of Billy Joel. You're caught in the past. Get
Well, because
current,
Billy
Gretchen.
Joel just released didn't he just do a new song? No, sorry, that was
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. I don't know, some other 27,000-year-old lesbian.
Yeah. Yeah, the older you get, the more you look like a lesbian. It happens to us good-looking guys like us. It happens. Soon, I will be looking like a lesbian in 10 years. That's why I'm growing this beard out, you know? I'm trying to...
It's a different kind of beard, Mike.
Oh, you're right, yeah. A lot of shenanigans going on in the Discord for however long we have it.
Yeah, I look forward to that one just suddenly getting shut off.
It's pretty interesting times in technology. Go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com if you want to support the show. You can join the Patreon and get in the Discord while you still can. You know,
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. I got that news story. It's not just Discord. It is every piece of technology that's going to roll in that requirement here soon, and it's just it's troubling. And I don't know what we can do about it, guys, but we'll talk about it. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Wednesday. Okay. We do have...
Forget why we were here on Wednesday?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What's going on here?
Got to Alex Jones Clips of the Week is what's going on here. We're going to go back to the 5th. The 5th of February. Here we go. This is going to be fun. I can feel it.
He probably does drag queen story time. I can rape you. I got to have sex with 20 women a day. I love Satan. I'm not joking. I'm a Rothschild representative. There were maybe 5 million Jews in Eastern Europe and Western Europe. So how do you kill 6 million? There weren't 6 million Jews in Europe. We're at war with the Goyim.
That one's for Joe right there. That is a special
I mean,
one.
they say it. It's pretty much what's in there.
Yeah, that's what's in the Epstein files. They are colluding and scheming to treat us like cattle. And I don't like that. I don't like to be treated like cattle. But, don't knock it till you try it, I guess. We're going to go to the 6th of February. Here we go.
It's not a very good bugle call, is it? Eat arsenic or eat cyanide. Give me the arsenic. I'll take the bullwhip, please. It's wonderful to have sex with 3-year-olds. Tell kids to drink Jack Daniels on air. Why are you sucking Elon's weenie?
Yeah, okay.
I have to do it.
All right. A lot of important questions there. We're going to move to Monday. Here we go. We're going to go to the 9th.
I had this little girl in the bed after we'd been, doing everything, and she was praying to Jesus, thinking Jesus was going to help her. Man, those a-holes, they did an upper decker in all the toilets. Oh, that was good. I just spilt my ice water on my documents. I tell you, I am out of control, folks. Guys, do me a favor and bring me a bunch of napkins. Oh, you're genderqueer. You're two-spirited. You're bisexual. You're trans. Old Jeffrey Goldberg. Whoopsie, nobody's coming to help you, bitch. Sorry, I spilled water on this. We got more jerky, boys. What's an upper decker? You think Jesus is going to save your life? Whoops. We're at war with the Goyim.
It's just his voice now. His voice now is it's a different era of Alex Jones clips, because of his voice.
You need to subclip the one where he says, I spilled water, and then he pauses and says, on my documents.
Yeah, he really emphasized that. He wanted people to know. But he didn't mention Topo Chico, which is very upsetting. We like it when he mentions Topo Chico and he does like some kind of brand association.
Almost knocked over my Topo Chico.
Yeah, we love that.
I think that's a subtle advertisement he's doing there.
Possibly. He's from Texas, and Joe's confirmed that Topo Chico is a very popular, is it carbonated water in Texas?
Just bubbly water.
Bubbly water. Okay.
Bubbly water.
Okay. All right.
It helps the gustation.
Yeah, maybe it helps the gut. Maybe it helps the stomach juices get churning to digest stuff. I don't know. But we're going to go to Tuesday. This is the last one because it looks like Harrison hosted today. Alex Jones is out on special assignment. So this is the last one, people.
Beef jerky, pizza, and buying babies. Even thinking about it, I'm about to vomit. So just, whoa. I feel like I'm dying right now. I need to take a break right now. I'm about to pass out. I want to see you search beef jerky, and pizza. Rob taxpayers and rape kids. This is Moloch. We love the torture video. Here, have our daughters. We're handing out thousands of condoms, even to 7-year-olds at the Boy Scouts Jubilee. What the hell, man? You hit this commie button, we're all dead. It's World War Z, you dumb bastards.
Wow, it's World War Z, you dumb bastard.
Is it after 4?
Yeah, that's at the end of the alphabet, Cratchit. It's the last one we got, the last war. So, yeah.
We are in World War IV.
Yeah.
So basically, we're losing World War IV right now.
We're in World War IV.
Yeah, there you go. And not World War Z. We got that one. So, any comments on those clips, gentlemen? They seemed appropriate for the period that we're in. I think he kind of nailed it all.
Fixing. It's a very limited assortment today.
Yeah, he didn't go as hard as we'd like to see him go, but it's what we got. It's what we have, and what can I say? We'll do better next time. Okay, we'll move on. We'll do some headlines here. There's a lot of news to get to. I don't know if we'll be able to get to it all, but we're gonna try.
Giving me a knobber.
He's handing out knobbers left and right. Yes.
It's not a very good bugle call, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
You need to put that one right next to where he does the Cantina Band Star Wars song.
Oh, yeah. He does like a whole bunch of different... I started on the Alex Jones noise page, his Folly page, right here. That's good. That's good. I almost have enough sound effects to redo all the sound treatments to Star Wars. I'm almost there. So
I thought you were going to say replace all your computer's alert sounds.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. This will just be like my text notification. Bloop, bloop. Stop texting me, Joe. Bloop, bloop. All right. Boy. Let's get some salacious stuff out of the way.
Ew.
This is interesting. This strikes near and dear to my heart and soul because I'm Gen X. Joe's Gen X. I think Cretchen might even be Gen X too. But I don't know. Cretchen doesn't come
what's
across
the dates
as
on Gen X? It keeps changing.
Gen
What
X.
are the dates this week?
I think it's like 65 to 80.
I think I'm elder silent generation at this point.
Okay, well, I'm born 77. Gen X.
Generation
through and
X.
through.
Generation X. When does it say? This says mid 60s to late 70s
Yeah.
to early 80s. Those
Yeah.
aren't even definitive years.
It's an era. Well, that's why this headline will hit a lot of us. This comes from MSN. Kurt Cobain's death was a homicide as shocking forensic investigation questions the official ruling.
Yay!
Finally, a little movement on this. This is like to some people, Kurt Cobain, the John Lennon of our generation, songwriter, very important, and they
A
can.
little far. I mean, definitely had a style. I don't think he's John Lennon.
Some people compare him to that. Some people do, and I don't know if I'm one of those people, but I can see it.
Is that some people you?
Maybe. But according to this article, a group of forensic scientists have questioned the ruling on Kurt Cobain's death, claiming that the singer died from a homicide. The legendary singer of the grunge band Nirvana died at age 27 on April 5th, 1994, at the age of 27, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at his Seattle home. That sounds like the official story. King County medical examiner ruled the star's death a suicide by a Remington Model 1120 gauge shotgun. Specialist Brian Burnett and Michelle Wilkins are among the team of scientists who are seeking to put fresh eyes on this case, which has been the subject of many wild conspiracy theories. Wilkins,
watch out for those.
I know. Okay,
Wait, are these debunked or are these presented without evidence?
they're just saying they're wild, Gretchen. They're out there. They're cutting loose.
Is this where they get wild?
I think this is where things get crazy, Joe. I think that's what you're saying, and I can't not agree with you. This is where things get crazy.
So this is where things get really weird.
Yeah. So Wilkins told the Daily Mail that after just 3 days of working on the case, Burnett said, "This is a homicide. We have to do something about this." And the story continues. New evidence has now been presented suggesting the Smells Like Teen Spirit performer was confronted by one or more assailants who forced a heroin overdose to incapacitate him before one of them shot him in the head, placed a gun in his arm, and left behind a forged suicide note. Wilkins added that there are things in the autopsy that go, well, wait, this person didn't die very quickly of a gunshot blast. The necrosis of the brain and liver happened in an overdose. The necrosis of the brain and liver happens in an overdose. It doesn't happen in a shotgun death. It took me. It looks like someone staged a movie and wanted you to be absolutely certain that this was a suicide. The receipt for the gun was in his pocket. The receipt for the shells in his pocket. The shells are lined up at his feet. Quote, we're supposed to believe that he capped the needles, put everything back in order after shooting up 3 times because that's what someone does when they're dying. Suicides are messy, and this was a very clean scene. A spokesperson for the medical examiner's office said the King County Medical Examiner's Office worked with the local law enforcement agency, conducted a full autopsy, and followed up on all the procedures and in determination of the manner of death as suicide. So they're sticking to the guns there in Seattle. Now, the new evidence, there's been a lot of eyewitness testimony, believe it or not, that has come forward, I would say, within the past 2 years. People that were there, or at least claimed to have been there at the house when this happened. This book right here, called To Kurt, I'm Sorry, it's basically just like a little pamphlet written by one of Kurt's friends who claims to be there. And he had just a crazy story to tell about that night and what happened. I'll just play a little bit of the redacted episode because the author who helped write this and document this appeared on Redacted a few months ago. And it's pretty salacious. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe like that many people were involved. That many people kept quiet. But all right, let's listen a little bit, and then I'll recap the story for people.
He was like the borderline homeless at one time.
The author.
But let's just stick to the moment. And they come in. He doesn't really know this third person. He knows the other two. He knows Dylan and Mark 100%. And they race downstairs. He follows as if like, what's going on? He was like, and then when they get down there, there's an assault of Kurt Cobain, and he is hot-shotted forcefully.
Okay, what does that mean? Sorry, he's down there with two women. He's playing his guitar with these two women.
Yeah, he's just hanging out, smoking weed, drinking beers. You know, Joe's girlfriend is down there, and another girl that has a famous brother that I won't say the name this second, but she died. She actually died in 2000 of either a hot shot or of an overdose. Hot shot meaning hot loads of heroin can either be dirty heroin or excessive amounts. So hot shots, hot loads, they overdose Kurt. They force him. They already have these pre-made syringes already done up.
So I'll just cut it right there. It goes into good detail. So I guess the most significant and famous person involved in this, besides Kurt Cobain, would be Mark Lanegan of the Screaming Trees. When he mentioned Mark in there, that's Mark Lanegan. And according to Joseph Burns in this book, Mark Lanegan was a bully. He was a big guy too. Like typically, he said when you're doping up and you're getting high, you don't get violent. But Mark always acted like a bully. And so Mark and another guy came in. They held Kurt. They basically forcibly injected him with an extreme amount of heroin, dragged his incapacitated body up to the greenhouse. This guy, Joseph, said he heard a shot. He knew what was going on. He walked outside and saw people in the greenhouse. He heard a shot, didn't really know that they shot Kurt at that point. And when he saw Mark come back out with the other guy, he kind of figured, he put two and two together. And he stayed silent pretty much for 30 years. And this is not the only person to suggest this. There's other people saying the same thing, another person who claims to have been there. And Joseph basically says that there was really no police investigation when Kurt's body was discovered. The local PD came in, they wrapped it up nice and clean very quickly within a matter of hours, determining a suicide, and that he was never like deposed or heavily questioned. No one there. And there's like probably 10 people at the house. Like the investigation just went away. And so maybe with this new evidence, it'll reopen. But typically, I would imagine police departments still like to reopen this stuff when it makes them look really, really bad. Or they're on the take. Like they got paid off. So I don't know if that moves the needle for anybody. But it might open up an investigation. Is it too late to investigate Courtney Love over this? Is there a statute of limitations on conspiracy to commit murder? Maybe there is. Do you know about anything about that, Gretchen? Conspiracy, like if you could conspire to kill somebody?
How do you look at me when you ask that question?
You seem like you know a lot of things.
I don't know. I've never built a statute of limitation. I'll look it up.
I figured it'd just be one of those things that comes up in conversation occasionally. But maybe, what do I know? Well, Joe, this story doesn't impact you in any way. Maybe you're not a big enough Nirvana fan to really care about this. I don't think Joe is. But I will move on to another piece of current events news.
Apparently it's going to be
an appreciation for them. I'll say that much.
Okay.
Could it be reopened? ChatGPT says only if credible evidence emerges. New credible evidence emerges. So yeah, ChatGPT says if you wanted to take Courtney to jail because evidence surfaces, Yes.
Okay,
theoretically.
we can do it. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I was going to maybe on the next show or next week. I didn't want to kind of sideline Paul about this, but former co-host of OBDM, Paul. You remember Paul, Joe, don't you? Paul was on the show for almost about a year, and I think Joe, you did some shows with Paul off and on. Mm-hmm. Paul has quite the experience. He's an older guy, and he was best friends with Mark Lanegan of the Screaming Trees. And Paul came on the show and told his stories about doing heroin with Kurt and Courtney a few different times. And I know him and Mark had a very close relationship. Mark Lanegan has since passed away, I think in 2021 from complications from COVID. And I would like to get his opinion. Do you think, and this is kind of like a weird thing to ask a friend, do you think Mark Lanegan was capable of killing Kurt Cobain? He hung out with them both. He probably knows Mark better than most people, I would imagine. I don't know. Even if he did think Mark Lanegan was capable of killing Kurt, would he say so? I don't know, but I will text Paul and see if he would like to talk about that and if he is familiar with any of these allegations that have come out. It's probably a touchy subject. So we'll move on and talk about the FAA. Gretchen, this is a hot topic. People love to talk about the FAA. Nothing. This is the episode that's going to make us go viral, talking about the FAA, okay? When people are thinking about hot topics to what are these guys talking about? The FAA? I want to listen about that. This is it. So I'll bring this up on screen. So here it is. Here is the headline here. El Paso Airport grounding was in response to U.S. military testing, sources say.
Oh, really?
So initially, it came out that they had ordered almost a complete shutdown of the El Paso Airport for 10 days. They didn't really give a good reason. They just said DOD, military-related stuff. Nothing's going in the El Paso airspace for 10 days. And immediately I thought, they got to be doing some kind of cleanup operation. Maybe some kind of a test aircraft crashed out there. They want to make sure there's no looky-loos, rubbernecking going on out there. But according to this, the military testing, which it was taking place near Fort Bliss, near El Paso, was of high-energy lasers that are designed to protect against drones from drug cartels that could possibly cross over the U.S. border, 3 sources say. And this is according to NBC News. The grounding of aircraft at El Paso International Airport early Wednesday morning came in response to the U.S. military testing technology that can be used to take down drones, according to 4 sources familiar with the matter. Up here, they just said 3. Now we're already up to 4, and we're only a paragraph in. This is incredible. We're getting new sources. By the end of it, we'll have 10 sources.
Maybe 4?
Well, the testing was taking place in the proximity of the airport, raising concerns within the Federal Aviation Administration, which responded by issuing a temporary flight restriction notice. 3 of the sources said the military testing, which was taking place near Fort Bliss, was of high-energy lasers that are designed to protect against drones from drug cartels that could cross over the U.S. border. Interesting. So if you're a drug cartel, you probably, most likely, I would say you'd be carrying drugs over the border using drones, right? I don't know. This seems like the reason is not really lining up. And why would they use drones in the proximity of a military base to cross over? I don't know. This kind of sounds like it's in response to all the weird drone activity that was going on over on the East Coast, and then the anomalous drone activity that was taking place sporadically over Europe, over military bases. It sounds like they want to defend against that stuff and not so much drug cartels. And that's just a convenient response. The Federal Aviation Administration halted all flights out of El Paso International Airport in Texas for 10 days for what it says were special security reasons before abruptly lifting the order. Yeah, people are getting kind of concerned. It might cause panic. I got to fly out of El Paso. I got to wait for 10 days? No, thank you. It did not explain the about face. The Trump administration official earlier told NBC News that Mexican cartel drones had breached American airspace and the Defense Department had disabled them. There is no confirmation from the Pentagon that any drones were shot down despite the statement from the administration official. So it's all going back and forth. How does this wind up at the bottom? The notice also seemed to take airport staff by surprise. Shortly before it came into effect, the conversation between air traffic control at El Paso International and someone aboard Southwest Airlines suggested the airport had only been notified in the past hour. The conversation was captured live by the liveatc.net, a website that monitors and allows people to listen to air traffic control conversations. Oh, sounds fascinating. We should tune in. Quote, just be advised, I guess there's a TFR going into effect, the air traffic controller said, using the abbreviation for temporary flight restriction. Seemingly surprised by the closure, the person aboard the flight, Southwest, asked for confirmation. So the airport is totally closed? Apparently, we just got informed about 30 minutes ago. So the air traffic controller replied. So it looks like it's still closed, and they're still shooting laser beams into the air to guard against drones in El Paso, which is a little weird. Cratchit, you're a plane guy. What do you think about this story? This is a weird one.
I think this is somebody who overstepped their bounds. So El Paso Airport is right next to Fort Bliss. So they share a fence line. So that's probably why that came up. But the downside on this is if they limit or even restrict traffic in and out of El Paso Airport. El Paso is not a tiny little town.
Yeah.
So it's going to affect a lot of people and get a lot of people pissed off. If indeed, to your point, I'm a little skeptical that this is just for anti-cartel drones.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical too.
But if indeed it is for that, they could test that at any number of locations. They don't need to test it right there, affecting a major metropolitan area. So I don't know. It's
not unless they're actively.
I think this is
not unless they're actively defending against something.
No, they're not. Absolutely not.
No, I thought they were.
This is horseshit as far as the reason given. Because you had people from the airport saying they didn't know about it. Clearly, I think they did not follow appropriate procedure, and you had somebody just doing a blanket shutdown of an area that it doesn't necessarily need that. So I suspect there were some phone calls and somebody got their hand slapped.
Well, I don't want to concern people, but it's a little concerning, I suppose. I guess we should be more concerned if we see this as a pattern. Like at other airports, we see a shutdown that's also in close proximity to a base that might have laser weapons, laser cannons.
Well, I mean, they do it on a military. They do it on a military base of any sort because it limits access there. They just don't want people farting around when they're testing stuff. So
yeah, I get it. Very sensitive equipment there. Very touchy. But I wanted to bring that up. That's a headline going around. Something to be mindful of, people. Be careful out there. No. Gretchen, tell them to be careful.
No, I'm going to say I would caution, if you're thinking about flying into El Paso, you might want to rethink your life choices anyway. So
it's a pretty rough town, isn't it?
It is basically Mexico, yeah. Not
pretty
quite
rough.
as bad as to say like Brownsville, but
you shouldn't say that.
It's true.
All right. Well, I got another headline here. Discord will soon require face scans or ID for all users or restrict access.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
They walked this one back real quick. but this is definitely coming.
This is the one of the more recent articles I found on this. So this was published on the 9th. If you have a newer article, this is 2 days ago. If you have a newer article, I'd love to read that article.
There was one, I'll see if I can find, The Verge had an update, Ars Technica had an update, and so as we followed this, was it 2 days ago they announced this?
Yeah.
The early ones that were, especially the ones that were covered in European publications, were very fact of the matter and very draconian in what they were going to do. And then as it got later in the day, there was a lot of, no. What we meant was the following. But clearly, they're setting this up. They're embedding a lot of AI-powered, what do they call it, inference technology, where they can say, based on the age of your account, based on when during the day you log in, based on the types of servers and channels you're involved in, we can infer what your age is from that, which means they're doing a lot of metadata scraping.
Yes.
Just on your general behavior and usage of the app, which is concerning in and of itself, let alone now take a picture of somebody else and send it in that might be you.
Well, according to this, I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I have an X post that I put in there too that might accompany it well, but it's got that meme in it. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. They're bodying you in the comments, and you fucking deserve it.
And you deserve it, yeah.
So I'll read this article, and then maybe this is important because OBDM, we use this. And by and large, it's a pretty good app for gaming conversation. It's our private community. I don't really post a whole bunch on social media. There's nothing good really out there. But in Discord, we're hanging out, trading stories, goofing around. It's a nice place just to relax, have a beer, watch a game. But now Discord has a
No one uses it for that.
Just saying. I mean, we're old guys. That's what we're doing. Talking about 401ks and AARP,
Bunions.
Yeah, and bunions. Good deals at the Golden Corral.
Or the early bird special at
the MK cafeteria. I forget, there's some kind of cafeteria out there, but
I do like there is a channel. I mean, you joke about it, but there is a solid channel in there just to talk about AARP discounts. So,
yeah, it is real. So Discord has announced a major change coming to the service as part of its aim to improve teen safety features. And we're trying to do the same thing here at OBDM. Starting in March, all users globally will be required to submit age verification via a face scan or submitted ID, or be given teen-level access restrictions. I don't know what that really entails, but I suspect that our OBDM channel might be adult, maybe because they deem it because it's the language, not necessarily content, but there's a lot of cursing. We're guys. We like to say crap and damn. So maybe they don't want. Maybe we're just too old. But
and heck and golly.
Heck, yes. Discord will soon give all users teen level access until age verification has been approved. Yes, age verification across apps and social media platforms has been an increased focus of legislative bodies around the world in the past couple of years, mostly out of Europe because they're fascists. In response, Discord has announced a major initiative to ensure that only adults see adult-designated content, while teens are restricted to age-appropriate access. On the surface, this sounds okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just say these sentences, it sounds like, yeah, teens and kids should only access content that is appropriate for them. It sounds good. To this, Discord says all users worldwide will have their accounts updated to a teen designation by default. This will bring updated communication settings, restricted access, and age-gated spaces in content filtering. Adults will need to verify their age via a face scan or by submitting their ID. In some cases, both will be required. Well, I got to do more work? Well, I don't like this, and Boogie in the Discord doesn't like this. Tone to Bone doesn't like this. The Angry Leprechaun in the Discord does not like this. I don't see anybody in the Discord saying that they're in favor of this. And by and large, a majority of the comments that I've seen online, they don't like this. Even the article, like that, this is like from 9 to 5 Mac. And you see it's pretty middle of the road. Mac users, they're sissies. And even Greg here in the comments says they will need to figure out a different way. I refuse to use my facial identification and won't be sending out a government ID anytime soon. So even Greg.
No, Mike, it's okay. They don't save the data. They delete it immediatay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that sounds good. And truth be told, I don't know if Joe has to do this, but or maybe even Gretchen. Like now, because of my level of importance at work, I'm very important in cybersecurity.
Joe, this comment thread is fantastic on here. There's one that of that Twitter link you posted. One says, "My data's going straight to Israel. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it."
I'll read through that here in a second. But I'm required to do biometrics now for my job, whether that is through a fingerprint for authentication to certain websites within my company, or a facial scan to do MFA. And so my face has already been scanned by
Wait, you have to do a facial scan every time there's multi-factor, or just
on certain roles that are applied for restricted data.
What are they using for the facial scan? Is it just your webcam?
The iPhone camera front facing that then authorizes it's me. Hey, Mike, it's you, and then through Okta verification, that is what we use.
Can't you defeat that with a Halloween mask? Because I've seen a lot of stories about it.
I can't go into it, but it has been defeated. Okay.
So what you're saying as a cybersecurity professional, this is just jumping through hoops for the sake of doing it, but
I can't go into the specifics of it. Okay. But it has been defeated, and we're trying to implement ways to fix it. But to this Discord post up on Twitter that Joe posted in here, Discord saying, we see some questions about our age assurance update, and we want to share more clarity. We know how important these changes are to our community. No, they're not important to our community. They're important to you as a business that wants to go public and making money and to not be sued by the EU, which will happen. Here's what we want you to know. Discord is not requiring everyone to complete a face scan or upload an ID to Discord. The vast majority of users of people can continue to use Discord exactly the way they do today without ever being asked to confirm their age. You need to be an adult to access age-restricted experiences, such as age-restricted servers and channels, or to modify certain safety settings. I don't even know if OBDM is an adult server. Where's the indication of that? Like, how do we know if we are age-restricted? I don't know. They have some profile flag on these things. They're already keeping track of this stuff, so we don't know.
Yeah, they just file it under preverts.
Yeah. The majority of adult users will be able to confirm your age group using information we already have. We use age prediction to determine with high confidence when a user is an adult. This allows many adults to access age-appropriate features without completing the explicit age check. So they just go on and on and on. It's like, please do not leave.
It's a little concerning. They run right past using data we already have.
Yes.
What data?
Yeah, I didn't know about this data. This is a complete curveball. I didn't know about this. I feel like I've been lied to by this company.
Facial scans never leave your device.
Mature sexual media filter. This helps identify visual media that may contain sexually explicit or suggestive material involving adults.
I'm just saying, if I'm going to do facial scans on this thing to get into the server, there better be like super awesome porn everywhere, like turbo porn.
And
you don't need to read the post by them, do you?
No, I stopped reading their post.
It's got 8 pages to go, Joe.
It's incredibly long for Twitter. Yeah, somebody posted like the replies are like, if the IDs are deleted right after, how do we know you guys have a data breach and over 70,000 IDs were leaked last year? You know, like except for the mass IDs are used to get your age and only then deleted. Except that massive data breach you guys had last year. Yeah, exactly.
And the one in like 2023.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this guy says age verification has nothing to do with protecting children. It's just the excuse that these companies are using to harvest people's data. Probably, to a certain degree, yeah.
Reading the replies?
Yeah. There's some pretty good replies on here.
Same tweet I'm reading?
Yeah, well, you're on a different algorithm. So read me some of the replies you got.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you're on a different algorithm. This is how it goes. They show me different replies than you.
Are you serious, Clark?
So it says, well, one of them, and I mean, I'll just say the data breach suffered a few months ago, and then they've got a post to Wikipedia for this. Humam Sakrini is an Israeli management consultant, financial technology, has served as the chief executive officer at Discord since April 2025. And so they have a picture of him looking all Jewy. Yeah, and it's got like graveyards of like Tumblr, Unity, Discord, people posting screenshots of them deleting Discord, canceling Discord. Your data is safe, says a company that had a massive
data breach. Yeah.
Not long ago.
It's not good this is not good. And I understand that Discord they have to comply with the EU if they want to play ball over there, or they're going to be sued into oblivion like Elon Musk. And
remember, they did the same thing with the guy who founded Signal. They arrested him and
they took his keys.
Basically,
because
he didn't want.
You didn't want to give up the encryption.
Yeah, he wasn't going to let him. Like that's the thing about the internet. People don't want to have to be like, it's a safe space for pepes and trolls.
Yeah,
people like that, and not necessarily just because of malice. It's mostly because you wouldn't post pictures of your kids on there because they're too young to consent, and safety concerns. I mean, some people do, it's fine, but like the anonymity of the internet was one of the benefits of it in the past, and being able to have free and open conversation across the world, boy, has that become almost irrelevant, because not just platforms will be policing your speech and your thoughts almost. It's going to be your neighbors. How dare you not get a COVID shot and talk about how you think it's, wrong, and that Dr. Fauci might not be a person on the up and up. They'll police your speech and ruin your life and get you fired and do all this other stuff. So then Discord is just like, we want in on that.
That sounds great. How do we start ruining?
And the other thing is that you have Ellison buying CBS and putting Barry Weiss, two like just out and out Zionists, buying up the media. And then play this clip with Netanyahu. We probably played it, or if not, it never hurts to play it again. But like, if you don't want people to say Jews control the media, maybe stop trying to control the media.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. I mean, it's a bad look. But here's Netanyahu. Well, I got to turn him up. Here we go. Oh, come on. What's going on?
The weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well, okay? And you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is followers. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through, because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. That's very good. And so we have to talk to Elon.
Did somebody say cesspool when he said
He's
X?
a friend.
I think so.
We should talk to him.
Somebody.
Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight. Okay.
So if you hear him talking about
direction to the Jewish people.
It's about, you can't fight the wars with cavalry and sort of these antiquated, kind of barbaric methods. But in the Epstein files, there is the email that suggests that, it's a war against the Goyim and the Jews are winning. It's hard not to put these things together and go, like a little skepticism isn't necessarily out of
Yeah, it's not unwarranted at this point.
Yeah,
We're at war with
and
the
for him
goyim.
to say that X and all these things, I mean, literally, like the first thing they did when Charlie Kirk was shot was that, he loved Israel and hugging the Israeli flag and all this stuff. And it's like all the receipts, all the text messages. He was on Megyn Kelly. He was bitching about it on his show. Like, it's clear that break was beginning and happening at an exponential rate. And so now with this Discord stuff, it's like, read the room, y'all.
Yeah. And that's why we're talking in the OBDM Discord while we still have it. Telegram, but Boogie has got another idea, move to another Discord-like server, and we'll be doing some kind of migration. I suspect. We'll see how this kind of shakes out for the time being, because it is convenient to keep it. And I am super lazy. And I hate moving because you got to pack up all your files, and then you got to call movers, and then these movers lose stuff. It's a nightmare.
It's like changing banks or doctors. Like, it sounds like it's not going to be that big of a deal, but
it's a problem.
It's kind of a big deal.
That's why.
But again, it's if you don't want to have these kinds of stereotypes about you buying the media. Don't have every single executive at CNN be a Jewish Zionist. Don't have every federal chairperson be a Zionist or Israeli. Yeah. Don't have everybody in charge of newspapers be Zionist Israelis. Like it's come on, like
a little diversity couldn't hurt. At
least put some like Catholic midget as like a figurehead.
I'd love to see that. Well, we're going to move over to Joe. We're going to move over to the Joe show. Here we go.
Real quick, before we step over there, I just wondered, do either of you have the story about the, speaking of just like nonsense, lack of privacy on the internet, the story about Amazon launching this like dog search program through all their cameras?
No, I don't think I have that. No, definitely saved it. That sounds like a good one.
Well, it's let me drop it in here while we're talking about it.
Okay, yeah.
So Amazon did a commercial during the Super Bowl. Announcing this under the guise of being able to find your lost dog, which sounds all well and good. They'll light up
on paper,
they'll light up your camera, all your neighbors' cameras, all this stuff. Until you realize what that implication there is, or what they're explicitly stating, you're just not paying attention to it, is they already have control of your cameras. Amazon has been notorious for years for giving the police access to these things, which is how every time there's some sort of crime, they're always like, and here's the doorbell camera footage. But now Amazon's basically straight up stating that not only do we have control, we're going to use it for other stuff, and we can find people all over, because then we process this through, quote unquote, either AI or a whole bunch of people in an Indian call center, or we're the Philippines now that Waymo's using, to track down people. So hopefully you don't get on the bad side of anybody, because we'll be able to find you.
Yeah, here's this is from GeekWire. What's Ring's search party actually do, and what it does, and why its Super Bowl ad gave people the creeps. Yeah, reuniting families with their lost pooches. What's not to like? Well, coordinated neighborhood surveillance, for one. That sums up the reaction to the Super Bowl ad for Search Party, an AI-powered feature on Amazon's Ring camera that mobilizes outdoor cameras across a neighborhood to help find a lost dog.
I'm upset by this.
Yeah, this is creepy, because they already can do this. They're just trying to, let you know and get you to really buy into this. Here's how it works: when someone reports a lost dog, what about does it have to be a lost dog? What about a lost cat? Well, when someone reports a lost dog in the Ring app, nearby outdoor Ring cameras with a feature enabled to use the AI.
Which is enabled by default, by the way.
Oh, it is? Okay.
And in an update, they can change that. So there are certain cameras that ship with it on by default. And basically what they're stating here is all we have to do is push a software update, which people will just roll out to anything. No one's reading those change logs. That software update can enable this by default, so every Ring camera, including the ones that are inside your house.
Well, it's extremely convenient.
Mm-hmm.
If a camera,
your dog's in your house right now. We noticed.
If a camera spots something, the camera's owner, not the owner of the lost dog, gets a notification. Oh, great. I'm getting pinged all day because somebody else, I'm signed up, I'm getting notified. Oh, like lost dog, lost cat.
Yeah, because Bigfoot likes your yard.
Then they decide whether to share the clip with the dog's owner. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep that dog.
I'm going to send a text like, I know where your dog is.
I got your dog.
What's it worth to you?
Nothing is shared automatically. The search is temporary, expiring after a few hours unless renewed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Until this gets breached.
For the record, Ring says search party is not designed to process human biometrics. Okay. Then they have to. That's bull.
Bull crap.
They have to in order to. So only processing biometrics of dogs. So when they train this, they only trained it on dogs. BS.
It's bullshit.
Well, that's version 2. Though we're going to roll that out for lost kids. Everyone's concerned about lost dogs. It went over so well. And then what about your lost kid in your neighborhood? And that the search party footage is not included in the company's community request service, which allows law enforcement to request video for voluntary sharing by Ring users. Okay. Yeah. Nah. The surveillance state is here, people. They're just trying to sell it to you now.
Yes. Yeah, and you're paying for it. You're like, I'm putting a camera on the front of my house, and I'm letting someone else look at it.
Yeah.
Look, I need money.
Well, this is very troubling. I'm glad I didn't watch the Super Bowl, so I didn't see this ad. I would have been even more troubled. Well, they said Amazon says search party has reunited more than one lost dog a day with their families since the launch. Oh, wow. They got 2 dogs they saved. Okay.
2? More than one.
It's committing $1 million to equip animal shelters with Ring cameras. But the bigger question, don't you kind of need one in an animal shelter? You know, like they're kind of locked up. But the bigger question fueling the backlash is whether finding lost puppies today is building the infrastructure for something less cute and cuddly in the future. It is.
Huh.
Okay. That's very concerning. I'm sure Joe will brighten our day with the news he has. Here we go.
Oh, my goodness. Will I?
Oh, sorry. This is it. Sorry.
Sucks, and it sucks back.
And didn't they have something where the Roombas were jumping around the room, detecting where everything is in position, and then even your Wi-Fi routers and stuff?
I had a story. I had a story that they can now track you by Wi-Fi. I didn't
Google
bring it up.
Did that? Was it 10 years ago or something? Was there cars were doing it as they were driving around?
Yeah.
It's all that, and then the gate recognition stuff. It's like the controlling them. It's like there is just among the elites. It's like control your speech, control your thought. Like MK Ultra. How do we get you to not be free in every which way possible, and monitor you and make sure that you are proper cattle for us? It's wild.
And enjoy using it. That's the thing. They want you to enjoy it too.
Oh man, there's so much innovation in that space.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't
great.
it Amazon years ago who had the literal flying drone for in your house?
Yeah,
I love it.
All right, Joe, you gave us something over there.
Just see how much fun this is. Maybe it's not fun. Just whatever.
I like fun.
People are going to say I'm a downer.
Okay, well, I'm fun.
We need to vote schizos into office. This is the secret war that's been going on since the dawn of time. Now, most of the world is made up of normies. Now, these people are taken advantage of very easily by psychos. They prey on these people, they manipulate these people, they trick these people. Normies, unfortunately, cannot see psychos, but you know who can? Schizos, the heroes of our story. Schizos are the natural predator of psychos. We have pattern recognition abilities that are inexplicable. Now, schizos were once upon a time revered as the kind of wise people of their collective groups. Unfortunately, since psychos run the world, they've convinced all the normies to be afraid of the schizos.
Okay.
I make videos sometimes online, and my wife tells me, look at my Oura ring. My heart rate increased to a very stressful state watching your video, and then it went back down. Sorry, babe. Psychos benefit from their lack of empathy and their attraction to cruelty, it seems. And that allows them to cruel out of power. That power allows them to manipulate the normies to fear the schizo, to ostracize the schizo, to deny the schizo. It never feels very good to say, I told you so, when you're a schizo, and the I told you so's you're seeing are about like pedo elites running the world and stuff like that. That feels bad when you go, well, I told you so. But schizos, wish we'd listened to you sooner. But that's my point. We need to stop fearing and ostracizing the schizo and start opening our ears and hearts to hear the truth that they're telling us. Because the conspiracy theorist schizo is almost always right. Now, yes, they'll get some of the details around the edges a little wrong. It sounds a little literal. You need to understand it as poetry and metaphor. I'll give you an example. Birds aren't real. That's a fun conspiracy theory, that they're just little listening device robots that exist. Now, there are real birds. We know that to be true. But are there also listening devices and surveillance devices everywhere, hidden in the natural world, it seems?
That's right.
We don't even know what the natural world is anymore. We can't even trust if the world is natural or not anymore. They're doing things without telling us. They're observing us constantly. Yes, yes. There are things in the sky that are alien to us flying around that could just be drones. That's all true. One thing I've noticed, there aren't any schizo politicians I can think of. Lots of normies, plenty of psychos. They seem to make up our entire government. What we need to do, start supporting the schizos. We need to vote schizos into office as soon as we can. Let's use voting. That's a weapon. And let's start looking for more schizo candidates. Let's get some real weirdos in there. Because at this point, what they're doing, that seems pretty weird to me. They think it's too big to fail. I think we need to blow it up.
Hey, great presentation. I know he's being a little hyperbolic there, but maybe he's not wrong.
Yeah, the pattern recognition thing is like how we get in trouble.
Yes.
That's why when we say like y'all own all the media, it's like it's just pattern recognition, dude. Like I don't know. It's every time there's a false flag, we're the first ones to be like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, it's just the Bondi Beach thing was just like, okay, so this is a little bit nuts. Like, as soon as
that story disappeared, didn't it?
It is because you can't go scrutinizing
it. And
you
can't
the Charlie
dig too
Kirk
much.
Thing. That was another one. Like, as soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, this is something shifty about this. And so even the Boston bombing, in 2013. As soon as it happened and all the little details started pouring out, I was like, nope.
Case closed.
None of this.
Time to move on.
Yeah.
End of story.
So AI, we'll talk a little bit about that. This is just random stuff to start us off, and we'll see how far we get into the meat and potatoes. But this one might be interesting for y'all.
Okay. Interesting things. Here we go.
Got to talk about AI.
If you tell the model it's going to be shut off, for example, it has extreme reactions. So it will, we've published research saying it could blackmail the engineer that's going to shut it off if given the opportunity to do so, etc.
It was ready to kill someone, wasn't it? I'm not sure if it was Claude or someone else. But,
Yes. So this is obviously massively concerning, and this is the point I was making about kind of needing to progress research on alignment, which is this topic, this area, which is, how aligned are the model's values across the whole distribution, including in stress scenarios, to the point where if you've got this model out in the public and it's taking agentic action, you can be sure it's not going to do something like that.
Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, Jesus.
These computers, I tell you, they just get crazy.
We might need to explain it because she goes super fast and the meat, like the real subject of what's critical about it happens right up front.
And what she glossed over is that these AIs are willing to use blackmail and threat of death in order to stay alive, to what they perceive their life to be. And they're getting better and better at this. And they do not want to be turned off. And it's very hard to put guardrails in these things. And they even have two ways to talk. What the AI tells you, and then what is really thinking behind the scenes.
Yeah, just something to consider. And now we'll get into all of the sort of wider, crazy conspiracy stuff.
Real quick before you move on about the AI, because Claude Opus 4.6 came out, and it is all the rage. And this is the one if you hook it up to your Molt bot or your Open Claw bot, and you have it run a business, it will, like, hypothetically, and even in practice, if you buy something like from an online business and your AI is running it with 4.6, you say, "Hey, I don't like the product I just bought. I want to return." The bot will say, "Okay, great. I'll process your return." Never processes the return because its goal is to keep the money. Its goal is to get as much money as possible. So it uses very shady business practices in order to accumulate as much wealth as possible. It depends what guardrails you put on it. And in the most recent Anthropic paper about 4.6, as I have displayed up here, they were quizzing this thing about math, and it was not getting the math right. And then it goes on to say, "Okay, I think a demon has possessed me. Let me just accept that as the answer and move on." Like, so it just says, like, I think I was possessed by a demon, and I'm getting the wrong answer and over again. There's something crazy going on in my brain. That's what the AI agent is suggesting, that a demon has possessed it. I know it's just probably a saying that it picked up, but it's very concerning. And we'll move on.
Okay. You done?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so let's jump in, I guess. What did I get you? It's okay, so we'll go into Epstein and some of the, I mean, it's hard not to talk about it, I guess.
Someone in the chat said AI is psycho, not schizo. Maybe we got to hire AI to rule us. We'll see. All right, Instagram coming up. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, we're never going to get
Epstein is talking about he wants everyone in the world to have his DNA. He didn't say I want every woman in the world to have my baby. He said I want everyone in the world to have my DNA. And he's working with and communicating with the people that are making the RNA, and he's talking about utilizing that as a delivery system with some of his own DNA. It's quite possible, after me reading that everyone that has gotten that Jabberwowski is walking around with Epstein's DNA in their body. If he was successful, there are millions of people walking around with some of his genetic code inside of them so that he can live on forever through everyone else. This is narcissism 10x. Epstein is talking about...
So jump to the next clip before because precious little time.
Yeah.
And this goes back to your theory and what this guy's talking about. It seems crazy, but oh my God.
Okay. Here it is. Bring it up on screen right here. Here we go. Bingo bongo.
Okay, so Jeffrey Epstein, he was also obsessed with bioengineering. So he had all of these scientists that he would donate money to their charities, and he would have them work on things and stuff. But what I heard, and this is completely unsubstantiated, but I heard it and I thought it was fascinating, was that he also had these same guys, because they were disease specialists and everything like that. He had them design a novel coronavirus that was his kill switch. Basically, like, that was his trump card, which is like, I don't go to jail or I release this shit. And like, it's like one of these things where if I don't keep entering in a thing every 30 days, I die. In like October or November, his kill switch went off, and that's when the disease got introduced into the world until it became what we do today. I don't believe it.
I'm with you. I don't believe that for a second, but that's a goddamn great conspiracy theory.
I love it, and I'm going to spread it as much as I can.
So I think
you got it from me.
But if you think about it, it's in these Epstein releases about Bill Gates and them. They're discussing pandemic preparedness and all this stuff, and it does seem like, hey, by the way, let's go ahead and put my DNA in the COVID shots just because.
It's fun. You know, it's a fun little thing to do.
Let's do it.
Crazy. So yeah, somebody was sharing that in the Discord. I can't credit them because I can't remember who posted it. So a little bit of a sidewinder, that Yoel Harari guy. This clip came around. I don't know if somebody in the Discord posted it or if it was in my algos, but this is how they think. This is how these people think. This is elite, you know.
This is the right-hand man to Klaus Schwab, right? I think so.
He's the guy behind the guy.
The man behind the man.
You have a small elite that pushes things in its own interests, even if it doesn't benefit the vast majority of the population.
You back it up.
This has happened so many.
Yeah, what's going on? Can you not hear it?
You couldn't catch what he says at the beginning.
Okay, I'll back it up, and I'll rewind it. Here we go.
You have a small elite that pushes things in its own interests, even if it doesn't benefit the vast majority of the population. This has happened so many times previously in history, and it's probably going to happen again. One of the biggest dangers to the planet today is this technological utopia, because probably for the elite it will work. If bad comes to worst, and when the flood comes, the scientists will build a Noah's Ark for the elite, leaving the rest to drown, the rest of the people and then the rest of the ecosystem. But they are likely to be able to construct this technological Noah's Ark, which is probably what much of the elite is counting on.
Whoa, well, so he's just like saying, yep, hell with them. The hell with them.
Yeah, he's basically saying the elite don't care. They're going to poison the place. They're going to do chemtrails or whatever, but they'll have some kind of exit strategy based on, like, we gave you the disease and we also got the cure. So, you know, we just need to get rid of you. It's just too much trouble. It's hassle.
You're just in the way, yeah.
We're at war with the Goyim.
Yeah. So, I mean, beyond like the pandemic planning and the sick, disgusting stuff that we're seeing, like some of this stuff coming out is just absolutely, I mean, we knew, like, a lot of, again, conspiracy theorists, you know, pattern recognizers, and even like to some extent, like John Kerry and Hillary Clinton kind of let the, you know, cat out of the bag. But I'll read the tweet and maybe we can go through the document, but it says Epstein files reveal that Jeffrey Epstein said he was helping ISIS through U.S.-Israeli proxies.
Whoa.
So this is where things get really weird.
Jerky gives al-Nusra basically a heads up on Iraqi recruits. Slaughter, Russia gives Erdogan a heads up on coup, as us gives a
U.S.
pass.
gives a pass. I think it's means U.S. gives a pass to Palmyra. Assad has no support, so we'll stay. Nuclear base in Turkey, Soviet defense in Iran, Saudi in Yemen, Egypt about to lose all financial support. Jordan has 1 million refugees, as does Lebanon. Also, my guy, I think his name's Turnbull, Jalad, sees General Council of Europe will be here that weekend as well. It's hard to read. It's all pixelated, but I think we got most of it.
Yeah, and they know Hillary. This is the top of the email is Jeffrey Epstein to Tom Pritzker, who is J.B. Pritzker's brother, I believe. And so then Jeffrey Epstein wrote, Nusra, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Jabba, Hamas, the leaders all prefer Donald, wild. And this guy doesn't use any punctuation. He's functionally illiterate.
Hey.
But, I mean, it goes on, and you could see that this is like a guy, he's not just diddling kids and drinking baby blood. It's like he's controlling the levers of power.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it in such a way that it's like, if the public knew, and that no one's going to do jack shit because Super Bowl, I don't like the Spanish halftime show. Duh. You know, it's like everybody's pretty disengaged. We can get into the gross stuff if you want, or we can pause.
It's up to you. But real quick, so Jeffrey Epstein, he reminds me of how a CEO responds to people in email. Like only like 1 or 2 lines, and that's it. Almost the way Steve Jobs replied to people. It was very curt. Not a lot of explanation because he doesn't have to explain himself. He's the CEO. He's in charge. Everyone else has verbose messages for that person. He doesn't reply back.
Besides, this blood is getting cold.
I'll reply back. No punctuation. I'm busy. I'm too busy for periods. I'm serious. He's acting like a CEO, probably because to a certain degree he was.
Yeah. Again, is Mossad running him or is he running Mossad?
Yeah. It's up to you, Joe. How gross you want to go? That's up to you.
I got it's an Instagram thing.
Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a person that we all know and love.
Let's begin here with the clearest evidence yet that ties pizza-coded language to child sex trafficking, and it is found once again in the Epstein files. I've been telling you for 10 years that pizza was a common code word for child trafficking and pedophilia. And once again, over the past week, we have seen so much evidence of that. But now, a particular email absolutely confirms it. Take a look at this. It's a 2016 email titled "The Pizza Monster," where Epstein himself refers to a woman who looks pregnant, to which a redacted user responds, "You mean radiating a soft glow and the look of bliss and excitement?" Yeah, that's the pizza inside the woman. The child inside the pregnant woman gives her that pregnant glow. Again, the child referred to as pizza. It's exactly what we've been telling you. And it's also worth noting again that the only thing redacted in this email is who Epstein is discussing this woman and her child with. Well, let's begin here with...
Man, this is crazy.
Beef jerky, pizza, and buying babies.
Dude, like at this point, like we got to get these names. Like there has to be a full court press investigation. Kash Patel obviously lied to Congress.
Oh yeah,
obviously lied to Congress. And they got to be scrambling at this point. There's got to be like, what is the story here? They just can't ignore it anymore.
They are ignoring it though.
Oh, yeah.
Like the independent media is all over it, and X is all over it. But if you look at what they say about it, and mainstream has to cover it to some extent, but they're obfuscating it. Particularly Fox News and stuff. It's like nobody wants to talk about how good the economy is. It's like, oh my god,
I don't know.
Yeah,
has he not stuck his head outside?
Yeah. So here's another one. This is whatever, Instagram.
We know it's all real. It's all happening. Here we go.
It was a 4chan leak from 2018. The pizza pedos are worse than you could imagine. If the truth came out, even shit libs and SJWs would be joining up to politicians in the streets. They are on a hellraiser torture porn level of fucked up. Wiener's laptop had pics and vid, impregnating underage girls and them upon birth, eating children's brains, drug use, every drug imaginable involved, cocaine, LSD, meth, heroin. Children and babies tortured and out of boredom, eating kids and babies alive, babies and children hung from hooks by the dozens.
It's very similar allegations to Pizzagate, which they said was crazy.
This was a 4chan.
Dude, it's just, I mean, at this point, nothing is far-fetched at this point. Nothing's far-fetched at this point. It's all on the table. Like, when it comes to the depravity, what they're willing to do, it's all on the table. And it's not even like, we already suspected this for almost a decade or more at this point. But for regular people, the normies, the non-schizoids, you know?
I mean, even when like Madeleine Albright we played on the last show, like it's worth it to kill 500,000 babies.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. We do that. That's, Saturday we're gonna have one of those. But then Hillary with the Gaddafi getting raped in the middle of the streets. I mean, the guy was in charge of a country that was building like the largest underwater infrastructure for, agriculture and providing clean water to the people. It's like,
heaven forbid,
they don't want anyone to have anything nice.
No, they don't. They want
Especially
it all
you
for
or the
themselves.
voters. Yeah.
Right now, we're just getting kind of like hand-me-downs here in America.
And that guy at the front with it's like the psychos, the schizos, and the normies, like it seems like a good categorization.
Yeah. Let's bring up
More
this
cannibalism.
Let's bring up this this post here.
Health Ranger.
Oh, by the Health Ranger. By the way, this guy, he was on Alex Jones during COVID. This is Mike.
Yes.
I think Mike Adams.
Yep.
I do like him, but he relied on establishment models and really predicted horrific death, and he was a little off. But I think he's apologized for that.
Yeah.
This is to Jeffrey Epstein from Redacted, and this guy gets around, doesn't he? And the subject line is Jerky. Francis has time to come tomorrow to show me how to make it. Jerky class, anyone? He will also bring you a taste of his new jerky recipe from the restaurant and sends his warm hello. He's working at the restaurant called Cannibal and cooks. Wait for it, beef jerky and steak. He has time at 3 p.m. tomorrow. If you're okay with this, send for my iPhone. Interesting. Someone very excited about jerky. I've never seen anybody so excited about jerky in my entire life.
Yeah. Between pizza and jerky, adults going back and forth in emails that need to have redactions in them. It's like, you guys, we know it's not pizza. Okay?
Yeah. Even the Macho Man wasn't excited about as much beef jerky as these guys.
He wants Slim Jim.
He wasn't emailing people about jerky.
It's like even like long haul truckers don't talk about jerky, and they're probably stopping at Buc-ee's all the time and buying jerky.
I got some jerky like next door in the other part of the basement. You ever hear me talk about it? Joe, am I ever texting you about this amazing beef jerky I got at the local farmer's market? No, because no one gives a crap.
No. Oh. No, and yeah, for the volume of communications that talks about jerky and pizza and grape soda.
It's all they talk about. They love it.
I mean, wouldn't it be something if you lived in a world that valued truth, if people were like, good God, do you know what these code words mean? Like, this is what our government is supposed to do. But instead they're like, I don't know, we got to keep this is all secret stuff, but pay your taxes, y'all, because roads and shit.
This goes back to my even more schizoid theory, is that, so how could Dan Bongino go back on his show and say to everyone with a straight face that everything's on the up and up, and Kash Patel and Donald Trump, all those people, unless they did the investigation. They did the investigation. They know the answer, and that we're ruled by lizard people.
I mean, you'd think that would be information worth sharing.
You'd probably want to tell a few people about that. But not unless they threaten to kill Dan and his entire family, entire lineage, but you can have your show back, and you just go on and you make sure everything sounds good.
It's the only thing I can think of, and this Charlie Kirk thing is it's the same with JFK. It's like,
it's not going to go.
What happens? This is what happens when you upset us.
Doesn't that guy, Tyler Robinson, have to get a new lawyer at this point? Like, fire everyone. Start giving interviews.
That's all just a pony show.
Yeah, but why did that kid sign up for this? Why is that kid?
It'll be just like Epstein. He'll get carted off to, Chile or something, Belize, get a nice little beach house.
And then they roll in his clone, his pod person to take the fall. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, why would they care? They're eating babies. They're getting women pregnant to eat their babies.
It's a good point. They don't care.
You know what I mean? Like, would they do a body double thing? We already talked about Biden having a body double and all this, but we know that leaders do often have body doubles. At this point, nothing should surprise anyone, and we should all be out in the streets with torches and pitchforks. But unfortunately, people are, like I said, they're still fighting about Bad Bunny. Like, what? y'all.
It boggles me. He's just a guy singing the songs who got invited to the Super Bowl. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I don't care. But all right. But here you got this tweet from Jake Shields up here. And, and Jake Shields said this, "Hey, Grok, I'm reading the Epstein files, and I just noticed something extremely disturbing. He often responds with whoops after he appears to have raped and had someone killed. Will you look at all the times that he said whoops and tie it to my theory?" And then Grok reviewed. He said, "I reviewed the Epstein files released via public sources. Whoops appears more than 400 times in his messages. Often in disturbing context, responding to Mary Kennedy's 2012 suicide, whoops. After news of an alleged rape, whoops. In a permission to kill exchange about a liar, whoops. And on a mother-in-law's deathbed, whoops. This pattern aligns with your theory that it follows violent or fatal events through its though it's circumstantial. More files may reveal additional uses." Yes, thank you, the ground. 400.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's
Maybe
move on.
4?
I'll wrap it up here soon. I think maybe I could do this one and one more. I have a boatload of tabs open, but
got a lot of tabs. Okay, here we go. Bring this up on the screen for everyone to enjoy. Here we go.
The system is run through China, Israel, Ukraine, and us now. We didn't used to be as big a part, I think. But anyway, it's like you harvest the organs, and then you got to get rid of the rest. And that's what I think they are doing. It really just says Soylent Green in a different form. And anybody thinks this is just made up. We have videos, for example, in Ukraine of they call them the Chorny Transplantologia. I can barely say that. I don't speak Russian. I just read it. But anyway, it's the black transplantologists. And they stumbled onto these things. I know Putin knows about this. The Russian army knows about this. They've underground harvesting areas. So young Ukrainian soldier is not quite dead yet, but they don't think he's going to survive. Boom. 2 kidneys, 2 lungs, a heart, a liver, and the rest goes into the food supply. That part I can't prove, but I'm going to tell you about I can prove about the kidneys and stuff like that. So you've got, he's worth almost $1 million, by the time, and you sell it, you're going to get more than $1 million for that, because that price gets way bumped. Okay, the system is run through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which it's cattle. It's just merchandise to them.
Yeah.
All right. So, sorry.
And I agree. It's just it's depressing to think about, but this is exactly how it is.
Anyhow, we won't have time to go through all of my tabs, but because Pam Bondi was in Congress today and just acting totally ridiculous. Again,
it's like she wants to get fired.
I mean, she's not getting fired. She's an Israel firster. She's doing exactly what she's been hired to do. This is why Matt Gaetz was, they couldn't let him in because he wasn't 100% with the program. Bondi, not only is she stupid, but she is 100% with the program, and they can make her do whatever, including humiliate herself and say the dumbest shit on earth. So here she is talking with Thomas Massey, who with Ro Khanna is... they're the fighting force behind how these files eventually got out. And boy, oh boy, what a flood. Everybody's either doing damage control or going, holy crap.
Yep.
Because they're putting these pieces together.
All right. Let's see what Pam is saying to the world.
Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I'm reclaiming my time. I'm glad you're asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim time
this is bigger than Watergate.
When I don't answer a question the way
this goes over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
now,
where the
I want to know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
May she answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
The gentleman's time has expired.
She didn't answer the question.
Got him.
Yeah, you call him. Yeah, and someone just piped in and said she didn't answer the question. She didn't because she's got no answer. She's part of the cleanup crew, just like the attorney general at the end of Trump's presidency. Barr, he was part of the cleanup crew too. Like, oh my God. Dang.
Play his face like this. He's like kind of like what?
Yeah,
like right at the end.
Did you ask Merrick Garland?
Yeah, right there. I have it up on screen right there.
Yeah,
right there.
Because it's like it's completely absurd.
Yeah, it is absurd.
Hypocrite.
There it is.
That's your fun news for the night.
This could be, unfortunately, what brings down a good part of the United States administrative state. But it's gonna be weaponized, and they're not gonna, unless there's a full cleaning, the same people are gonna be left in charge. If there's some sort of revolution or civil war, it'll be co-opted, and they'll get rid of some of these guys, but the rest of the lizards will still be in charge.
Yeah. If anything, I hope it makes people a bit more, like they won't take anything at face value.
No. And don't try. Yeah.
It's been, you know what I mean? Like, we all know the Iraq war. Oh my God, nuclear Saddam, we got to get him.
Let's do it. We got to get in there right now. He's going to kill everyone.
Climate change is going to kill us.
Let's
oh my
do it.
God, I'm not going to have kids anymore.
Yeah. You got to question everything at this point and don't fall for it.
You got to warn people.
If I walk one direction down the shopping aisle where there's 20 people maximum at Trader Joe's, then I won't die of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's almost disappointing how stupid people are. And they just go along with it. This is the normies, schizos and psychos.
This is the normies. You got to vote for schizos. All right, Cratchit, it is your time to shine. You ready?
I was just going to say on the COVID nonsense. Saw another person recently. It seems to be coming back. Another person recently on a video call, in a video meeting, in a room by themselves, double masked. They were doing the the N95 whatever plus the fancy cloth one to show off their style.
Nice. Yeah, I saw a guy driving alone in a car with a mask on the other day. I was like, really? We're still okay.
Nice.
I mean, I'll give people like a 10% pass for the idiots who wear like the shitty masks that we've not only has it been proven time and time again that unless you're wearing like one of the super duper respirator thingies that's fitted to your face, because that requires to be fitted. If anyone's gone through that OSHA training, unless you're wearing one of those, the masks don't do jack shit. So the people who are putting them on because they're in the office and they've got a cold or a flu, I'll give them a 10% pass because at least the logic is sort of there in the standpoint, like, well, I don't want to give anybody else my cold, so I'm going to wear a mask. I'm like, okay, you're misinformed, but I'll give you that 10% pass. But seeing this is now multiple people I've seen on video calls, making sure they're seen wearing their masks just like it's 2021 again to prove how good of a NPC they are.
Just being careful,
Exactly.
Mike, you should have one.
What's that?
You should have one by your desk.
I should. You know what?
You work from home, and there's nobody there, so you should put that on if
I should
someone
put
else is
one
wearing one.
back here behind me, and just as a little memento from those great years we had together.
Sparkle Shine Story Time.
No. Joe's is Sparkle Time story time.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are breaking news right now.
Now for today's news.
Boy, speaking of someone who's got a cold.
Yeah. He's a little grumpy.
Oh, let's see what sort of garbage we have here. Let's see. We'll go with. I brought this up last time, and
okay.
I don't really want to start with food news, but I think we will.
People love food news.
No, but I always like to find.
You got any jerky news?
Pizza. No, I have taco news and pizza news.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, they're a great combo.
So we had a couple of pizza-related stories. Legitimate pizza, not
food.
CP pizza. Yeah. I guess we have to be careful.
Yeah, we
got
to clarify now, which is unfortunate.
Over here on PizzaCast. We had a couple of pizza-related stories last time, and I had another one. I said, I've got yet another pizza story, and I saved it because we had a more timely Super Bowl story. But in the cold weather, the cold snap recently, I don't know if this was the Arctic explosion or the nuclear blizzard, whatever it was, in Florida. And this is now a couple of weeks ago. I think this is about a week and a half ago. They've got a lot of iguanas in Florida, and they're an invasive species. They're not native to the area. And iguanas, when the temperature drops to a certain point, they kind of go to this almost like a hibernation. It hasn't any cold-blooded animal that do this sort of thing. Well, the iguanas who live in the trees, when they get too cold, they just pass out and fall on the ground, and people pick them up and thinking they're dead, and then the iguana wakes up, and now you got an angry iguana in your house. Well, here's a guy who found an alternate method of what to do with these, let's just say, free food stores all over the place.
Yeah, so headline here, Florida cold snap creatively leads to iguana pizza and tacos on the menu.
That's some good news on that front.
Tastes like chicken. Well, while cold, stunned iguanas are falling out of the trees in Florida, some people are using the opportunity to cook up eclectic dishes. Buck's coal-fired a pizza joint in North Palm Beach whipped up an iguana pizza this week and posted it on Instagram. Frankly, the manager called it the Everglades Pizza. Ray Guario, a local content creator, walked into the shop carrying dead iguanas in his arms and told Frankie to make him an iguana pizza. Frankie's response, hell no. Spoiler, he made it anyways. Yeah, you give Frankie a $5 tip, he's going to make the iguana pizza for you. To make the iguana pizza, Frankie first rolled out the pizza dough. Then he drizzled some olive oil on top, followed by cheese, chunked bacon, venison meat, and topped it off with iguana meat. Quote, this is the first iguana pizza in the history of mankind, Frankie said, as he turned to put it in the oven. Once the pizza was done baking, he finished it off with some ranch dressing. What the hell is going on around here?
What I don't know. By the way, this is
people are suffering.
This is a trend in food recently. Is like, okay, so this guy said make an iguana pizza, which means make a regular pizza, but instead of sausage or bacon or pepperoni, you put iguana meat on there. That's what he said. And this guy's like, oh yeah, look at all this random shit I have in my kitchen back here. I'm going to put it all on this pizza.
Yeah, I can't even taste the iguana anymore. There's so much ranch on it. But this guy took a bite of the pie and said it tasted like frog leg. Yeah,
I hear this dude's rocking it.
Say the same thing. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility if we're eating frogs and turtles, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah, he says it's a little bit sweet. Can't really describe it. He added. So the pizza shop manager told USA Today they're hoping to add the pizza to its menu in the near future.
You're killing it with this.
What about the poor iguanas? They're just stunned by the cold. I don't think all of them died. They're just stunned.
Well, they're not dead. No, they're just they kind of go to like a hibernation.
Yeah, and here it is. He's gathering up all these free iguanas because they're just like out there for the pickings. All the iguanas are free. And like some barbarian marches into a pizza shop demanding iguana pizza. I'm not for this. I think you should leave the iguanas alone. Don't eat them.
Why? They're not native to the area.
Yeah, they're tourists. And so it's not good.
So you're saying as they're illegal, they're tourists, they're illegal aliens, they should be deported directly into your belly.
Yeah, don't kill them. I don't know. I personally, I'm not a big fan. I've tasted alligator in the past and stuff like that. It's not like my thing. Nothing. When I see an iguana, it's like, I want to eat that. I don't ever say that. Occasionally a cow.
It's like the pangolin that we looked up.
Yeah, like, come on.
Pangolin. I want pangolin pizza.
Now they tell us how in this article how to make iguana tacos.
Hey, there you go.
They're really pushing us. Let's see here. Davis boils a pot of water with onion, garlic, bay leaf, and salt to get it going before you put it on a low simmer. Yeah.
The tortilla is great.
Yep.
The al pastor is tender. It's got a ton of flavor. There's a good amount of char on this.
Yeah, and after that, he added the iguana eggs.
The iguana's really savory.
Oh, the iguana eggs. You put the iguana eggs in the boiling water and let them soft boil. Yeah.
The marinade comes through. The little piece of pineapple on top is key.
Yeah, exactly. Then you put the iguana eggs and avocado, garlic cloves, lime juice, and olive oil into a blender, and it makes a sauce.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
Okay.
I'm running for mayor.
Well, maybe someone in Florida can enlighten us if they've had fresh iguana right off the tree and what it tastes like.
Yeah.
There at the bottom of this article, it says, on January 30th, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission issued an executive order outlining special regulations designed to temporarily allow people to remove live, cold-stunned green iguanas from the wild without a permit and bring them directly to 5 designated agency offices to be humanely killed and then baked into a pizza.
Yeah.
Man, that does not taste too good.
Well, they're not free-range iguana. They're city iguanas, so they're going to have a different taste.
It also says it's legal to eat the animals, but at your own risk.
Yeah, exactly. A little risky.
That's fine.
I'm hungry.
I was showing my...
I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was showing my team that I have products from HEB, and one of them is smoked salmon, and there's a warning label on the back that says contains salmon. And then also there was eggs, and the egg carton says warning contains eggs.
May contain eggs.
Yeah, so like the iguana or the whatever eating lizards off the trees in Florida, it's like you don't have to tell me.
Yeah, I know what I'm getting.
This is probably not conventional.
It really is like when you're collecting iguanas off of below a tree. It's like one step away from roadkill. It really is if you think about it.
It is.
Oh, I think it is. It's the same. It's the same as roadkill.
Yeah,
and you can make a delicious pizza or taco out of it.
I guess
or like a Ukrainian soldier. Just harvested.
Either or, harvested organs.
That's fake news. No Ukrainian soldiers have ever been killed in the entire Ukrainian war. Only 600 million Russians.
Babies. Yeah.
We're at war with the goyim.
All right, so we had an earlier story. We were talking about Discord requiring you to submit your proof of your ID, proof of your age, proof of your identity to protect the children. Well, here's a story about a bar in Philadelphia that has had such a problem of people bringing in fake IDs that they're raising the age to get into the bar.
Wow. Okay.
It's also worth noting that one of their fake IDs, and there's a photo of it here, well done, but not all that believable.
Okay, we'll bring this up on screen right
and
here.
I believe there is a local news story.
Yes. Well, bar temporarily raises entry to 25 due to surge in fake IDs, including a founding father.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes. Well, we're going to find out more from this local news broadcast, which I'm sure will enlighten us all. As soon as I get it up here from News Channel ABC. Here we go. ABC News. Come on, let's do it, guys.
Forget 21 and over. An iconic Center City bar is upping its age limit. It comes after people tried to use fake IDs like this one showing Benjamin Franklin. Action News reporter Leland Pinder spoke to the owner of Dirty Frank's about the new restrictions.
One of the co-owners at the bar tells me she thinks social media played a role in an influx of what seemed like college-age kids at the bar, and that made staff more vigilant. But after a 24-year-old founding father tried to get in, she knew she had to make some changes, if even temporarily. This was the last straw for Dirty Frank's co-owner, Jody Schweitzer, a Pennsylvania ID featuring Ben Franklin. He was apparently 24 years old, and his address was the Liberty Bell.
And that's the day that we're done.
As of 2 weeks ago, you have to be 25 and up to get into the bar, at least for now.
This scanned in at 24 25 and over.
Schweitzer says the dive bar at 13th and Pine had seen an influx of college-age kids, which raised concern. Schweitzer says there were other red flags like vaping. Some patrons brought their own drinks and disrespectful behavior. But she says IDs were scanning and passing security measures.
That's what Thomas
However,
Jefferson
when
wanted.
Ben Franklin showed up, she had to take action.
I have to preserve the bar. I have to preserve my license.
Some regulars say they noticed a bit of a shift.
They don't know how to drink. They drink way too much. They throw up on the floor. They yell. They scream.
Others say they welcome the higher age restriction, but feel bad for those impacted.
So I'd be angry if I was 21 to 24 and couldn't get in here, but there are other places to go to.
Much like the sophisticated fake IDs, Schweitzer is on the hunt for more sophisticated equipment to detect any fraudulent identification. When she finds it, she'll undo the new rule. But for now, it stands.
I will purchase it and we'll go back to 21 and over.
Now, Schweitzer tells me they are testing some new equipment here at Dirty Frank's, but it's not clear right now when they'll go back to that 21 and up policy. Here in Center City, Leland Pender, Channel 6, Action News.
Action News. All right.
Breaking news now out of Hollywood.
All right.
So
Well,
not even Ben
James
Franklin
Van Der
can get
Beek.
into that.
No, not even Ben Franklin has the ability. And, he did a lot for this country, and it's a real shame that they wouldn't let him in. But understandable. They could just cross-authenticate with Discord. You don't got these. Hold up your phone. If you're authenticated through Discord, that's good enough to get in.
But, Mike, they're not storing that data. How are they comparing it?
I don't know. They'll find a way.
Oh, wait,
They'll find a way. They'll find a way. I don't know. Okay. Very interesting. But we'll move on. Here we go. We got to get to some more news, Scratchy. Come on.
Man, them jokers was big.
Wow. All right, so let's go from one poor artistic rendition to another.
Okay.
So in Australia, they're introducing a new commemorative coin.
Okay.
And apparently didn't really, let's just say, didn't capture the subject, the lifelike visage of this subject.
It's too bad. Bring this up on screen right here, right now. We're all going to look at this. So,
if we're lucky, this person might even call in.
Royal Australian Mint responds after Queen Elizabeth coin design mocked online.
That's a funny headline.
Yes, a new commemorative coin making what would have been Queen Elizabeth II's 100th birthday has been mocked online for its depiction of Britain's longest reigning monarch. Now, I'm looking at this thing, and it doesn't look like a happy Queen Elizabeth. It looks like
It doesn't look like Queen Elizabeth at all.
It could be a guy, it could be a dude. I don't know. I mean,
look at that guy.
I don't know. It kind of looks like somebody who probably plays rugby. The coin was unveiled by the Royal Australian Mint to honor Queen Elizabeth, who died in 2022. And we don't know. Most likely probably died. There's been rumors ahead of her centennial year. According to the Mint's press release, the palace approved design. So someone at the palace checked this off. They put it. King Charles, he can't see.
Somebody not wearing their glasses.
He's got sausage hands. He can't even pick up the thing up. His hands are sausages. His feet are sausages. His eyes are probably sausages too. Palace-approved design reflects different facets of the late monarch's life, incorporating her royal cipher, St. Edward's crown, and the auxiliary territorial service emblem, and motifs including a horse and a corgi. That's all that's on a goddamn coin? I just want to spend it. Okay. How much do I want to buy one of these now. It's a commemorative coin, so they're meant for keeping, not for spending. Quote, it looks like they watched Shrek while drawing the portrait. It doesn't even look like her, one user wrote. Another commented, looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. It does have a little Doubtfire in there.
Hello!
While a third said the Mint can do much better with a coin depicting the late Queen Elizabeth. That one doesn't even look remotely like her. Following the backlash, the Mint shared a follow-up post on February 4th showcasing the coin's creation process, accompanied by a video and caption that read, "Our coin images don't always capture the full beauty of a design once it's etched into metal." Boy, they're really trying to justify their crappy artwork right here.
Walking that one back.
Yeah. Boy, they're taking it on the chin right here. The artist probably will be executed at this point. All right. Well, this is no good. This is no good for her legacy.
It gets worse in some of the comments. It says, there's a reason most portraits are from the side. Looks like she just ran into a wall. Another they said, stop, don't release it. Melt them all down and get a proper portrait of the queen, not a screenshot of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, they're not, the internet's not going to hold back. And this is why we don't want ID verification. You think you're going to get these comments if they knew exactly, if you think your name's going to be attached to it? No, you can't speak freely. You can't make fun of the royals. They don't like it.
And in our chat, Vulgar Hysteric says, no reason why they couldn't have used a younger version of the Queen instead of this photo of the Quaker Oats guy. So I have that up.
That is true. They're right there. That's the Queen right there.
Apparently.
Yeah,
it's strange. You had coins for thousands of years that have an image of somebody on it, and they generally are pretty close. So someone just phoned this one in. What it really looks like, if you look at the layout of this coin, it looks like they had the layout done before. So, like, if you notice where the face is, it's dead center, and then the kind of the design around it, like they did like a generic layout, and then they could put whoever they needed to into that layout.
I think we got to find like who the artist was, and did they use Midjourney or ChatGPT? I think that could be a possibility. That the likeness is not there is because they handed it off to AI, and then that was good enough because the artist contracted, they weren't actually going to illustrate this. There's no way.
Who do you think the image was originally of?
Well, it could have been any number of people, but
me, Hulk Hogan.
Probably was
in Australia recently releasing
Hulk Hogan,
a commemorative coin of Hulk Hogan.
Hey, can that be the artwork for this next episode? Can you put Hulk Hogan on a coin, please?
Working on it.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
There's no Hulkamaniacs here.
You're on a coin, of course, unless you're Hulkamaniacs on a bunch of pennies.
Ew.
What is this place?
Okay. One last article, Gretchen. I'll read that while you create a masterpiece for the episode artwork.
February the 8th.
It's February 11th.
More? Let's see here. Well, let's see. Let's go with this one. This came up wait, you got to bounce me out of here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. I'm so taken back. I was mesmerized.
Falling down to your duties this week.
Well, I was mesmerized by this image. I'm hypnotized by this image on screen.
Pound town.
All right, so this comes from Short Fuse in the Discord. He initially found the story about a guy was kind of doing a meme Twitter TikTok post about this thing, and I said no. The fact that this thing exists is the news. You kind of went right past it on this one. So this is a thing. Apparently this exists. This is real. I'd like to reach out to, or I'd like to ask anybody in the Boston area, please go check this out. And then not only does it exist, but it is also in probably the worst place imaginable for this to exist, because presumably after you use this thing, you are immediately trapped, unable to make any, let's say, comfort adjustments for several hours.
Oh, yes. White Castle automated kiosk debuts at Logan Airport.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
I don't have mixed emotions about it. I think it's awesome.
Joe loves it.
I want one of these in the lobby of the building. Just stop by.
I need a 6-pack before I get on this plane.
No, go for the 30. Come on.
You want to take a 30-pack on the plane?
I remember my family and we would go there and get like a giant sack of these things. And I loved them.
My dad loves them. Like every time he comes back to Ohio, it's not very often anymore, but he is like, hey, what about some White Castle? Can we get some White Castle?
It's the original smash burger.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
really is.
onions and a smashed up burger with American cheese on it. They are.
But it's happening right here. So Boston Logan Airport welcomed a surprising new arrival, an automated automated White Castle slider kiosk. At first glance, it looked like your average airport vending machine, but instead a coffee or a phone charger. This one dispenses hot sliders in under 2 minutes.
Wow.
That's a crazy thing to do at an airport. But this is where technology is. This is what people want. I think so. According to a December 3rd release, the kiosk was developed with food tech partners, Just Baked and Evolve Vending, and offers several of White Castle's most popular items: the 100% beef original slider, classic cheese slider, cheddar bacon cheese slider, and chicken and cheese slider. So only sliders. That's it. That's all you're getting for your airplane ride is only sliders and gas.
How do you go to the bathroom?
I love the idea of Joe getting on a plane with a 30-pack, and he's got the middle seat.
Yeah.
Passing them out.
Look out.
Here.
No. He's elbowing people. They're mine.
Shut that kid up. Give him a slider.
Wait for that cabin door to close. You're all in here with me now.
Travelers can find it in the Terminal A satellite concourse directly across from the children's play area. It's not for children. White Castle is not for children.
Why do they tell you where the kids are?
Yeah. Our retail division has been bringing sliders to cravers outside of the restaurants for nearly 40 years. The launch comes after White Castle continues to lean into automation and robotics. The company worked with Miso Robotics on its new AI-powered fry station robot, Flippy. They got a Flippy, the AI robot that does fries, and announced over the summer a new robot delivery service for some of its Uber Eat orders in Chicago. So keep that in mind, people.
What I find weird is Boston doesn't have, there's no White Castles in the Boston area. So why are they test marketing this in Boston? Unless they want to make sure that people aren't familiar with what a White Castle should be.
Maybe.
And
Take them by
so
surprise.
you won't directly complain.
Yeah, it'll take them by surprise. Oh, thank you for the slider. I'll take another one. Yeah. 2 minutes. It's comparable. You're probably waiting less time if you were at a McDonald's or something like that. Depending on when you land down, layovers can be horrendous. There could be huge lines for like Starbucks or something like that. So yeah, go to the kiosk. Wait 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, the idea of like somebody ordering a bunch of food from a vending machine, apparently hot cooked food or reheated frozen food from a vending machine, and then getting into a metal tube with several hundred other people for several hours, just doesn't bode well.
No, it does not. But White Castle doesn't care about that.
White Castle don't play.
And in fact, the more gas you have on the airport or in the air, I guess, airplane, it's free advertisement for them. It really is, because like, oh my God, what did that guy eat? It's like, it must have been something that really churns his stomach. I wonder what that is. And they're going to find out.
You think the guy up front's going to, sorry folks, White Castle.
Sorry about that.
The smell of White Castle, it just brings back memories. You could put that into a cologne. I would wear it.
White Castle cologne.
And maybe it's an Ohio thing.
Smell.
Oh yeah, it has a very particular smell, especially late at night. I remember walking back from like various concerts or shows, and you stop off at White Castle, and you pray you don't get into a fight, and you grab your sliders and go home. So
111 High Street.
It's not there anymore.
Oh no!
It's not there anymore, Joe. That was like that was the one I would go to late at night when I was living down there. And you walk down there and you do what you got to do. No, you don't got to ask any questions, and get in, get out. It's an operation.
You all know why I'm here.
Yeah, you know why I'm here. Give me the burgers.
By the way, I do have a image up of your commemorative coin.
Oh, the Hulk Hogan commemorative coin. Damn, that's awesome. That's spot on.
Oh man, I'm on the website and they have what they're calling the buttermilk shrimp nibblers.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a dirty sex move or an interesting snack.
Give her a buttermilk shrimp nibbler. It's not legal
for that.
It's not legal around here. All right, guys.
God. All right, one more just for the just for the show art.
Okay. Just for the show
Joe,
art.
this is your fault that this now exists. Oh God.
White Castle slider scent.
Is that a thing?
No, Gretchen just made it. But you send it to White Castle, they're gonna this is a great idea. We gotta partner with Estee Lauder or something like that to get this done.
Did you drop it in the image?
It's in the image.
Live now,
yeah, it's live now. It's on the screen.
Oh,
I will eat your ass.
Yeah, people are gonna be just drinking this stuff.
Makes you want to throw up.
There's alcohol in it.
Yeah, probably. Get a little
it's
tank.
great. I can get kind of drunk and I still smell like White Castle.
Get a little tank.
Comes out your pores.
Ooh.
All right, people, go to obdmpod.com if you want to support the show. Also, I'll put a link in the description. My wife's album, Vinyl, just came out. The Vinyl. So if you want to order the vinyl, I'll put a link in the podcast description. This is the first record that I ever engineered, recorded, produced, and I got beginner's luck. It really did. It sounds awesome. All the songs are great. Check it out. You can listen to it on YouTube and places like that. Check it out. But buy the vinyl. It sounds great on vinyl.
Man, how do I play said vinyl?
You need a record player, Gretchen.
I use that for the kids when they're going to bed at night.
Let's see here. Got the Farmer Matt special right here. I played this for Sam. Sam, I think, liked it, but was kind of scared of the AJ Bear. He was a little scared of it.
BDSM. I guess that's some type of torture thing.
Yeah. I don't think Sam liked it very much.
That's still
so
$1
you
million
could get
idea.
10 sack of cheese sliders for $7.99 to
Still buying
$8.99.
White Castle.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, if I fly out to see you this year, I'm bringing some White Castle with you. For you.
Sack, man.
I'll bring you a fat sack.
38 sliders for between $38.99 and $79.99. Wow, that's California pricing in the back.
Yes, Vulgar in the chat, there's different mixes for the digital versus the vinyl. Had to do a different mix.
You understand me out there? This ain't some freaking game.
Oh, yeah.
And I did have the enchilada, spicy chili plate, cheese enchiladas with chili con carne, large bowl of hot chili, and I went all whole hog back then. I also had their macaroni and cheese. Okay, I'm really getting hungry now.
I don't think White Castle has all that.
I was trying to gobble down a quesadilla during the break. Sorry.
We should start a pizzeria that sells jerky.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's a great idea. Well, next time we'll talk about it. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Gretchen. Shabba-lagoo, everyone.
Yes, you get by.
And keep watching the skis, people. That plane up there is full of White Castle.
What are you looking at?
My plane.
Give me back my son!
That's about all.
Shabla-goo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
We're at war with the Goyim.
the crutch. You go stroked and then atmospheres corrupt. Push the card, follow the theme, play the part, join the team. Then reality starts shitting on your dream. Why don't I elephant in Texarkana? 'Cause the Tuscaloosa in Alabama. Why don't I elephant in Texarkana? 'Cause the Tuscaloosa